You freeze up when a girl is right in front of you. Your mind goes blank, your mouth goes dry, and nothing comes out right. You stand there like someone hit pause on you, while everyone else in the room keeps moving normal. You think the problem is you don't know what to say. So you go online and look for lines. You save texts other guys sent that worked for them. You practice jokes in the mirror before you leave the house. You tell yourself if you just find the right words, the freezing will stop. You think this is about having the right script. Like if you had the perfect opener, the perfect joke, the perfect thing to text back, none of this would happen to you. So you collect lines like tools in a bag, hoping one day you'll pull the right one out and it'll just work. But that's not the problem, and you already know it isn't. You've been talking to people your whole life without freezing up. You talk to your friends about nothing for hours. You joke around with your coworkers. You answer your teacher in class without your throat closing up. Words are not the hard part for you. They never were. You already know how to hold a normal talk. You do it every day without even thinking. So, if this was really about not knowing what to say, wouldn't you freeze up with everyone, not just her? You wouldn't be easy with your friends and silent with her. The fact that it only happens around her tells you the words were never the issue. Here's what's actually going on. The second you see her, your brain flips a switch. It stops being a normal talk and turns into a test you think you can fail. Every word feels like it counts for something huge, like one wrong sentence will end the whole thing before it starts. So instead of just talking, you check each sentence before it leaves your mouth. Is this smart enough? Is this funny enough? Does this make me look weird? You're not talking anymore. You're grading yourself as you go, like a teacher standing over your own shoulder. And a brain that's busy grading itself can't also just talk normal, because it's doing two jobs at once. One part of you is trying to have the talk, another part is watching that talk from the outside, judging it, rewriting it, worried about it. That's why you freeze, not because you're bad with words, but because you're running two minds at once instead of one. Picture Jake at a party. He's talking to his buddy Mike about a game last night, and it's easy, jokes come out. He doesn't plan a single sentence. Then Sarah walks up. Jake's whole body changes. Now every word going through his head gets stopped and checked first. He thinks about how he sounds, how he looks, whether his last sentence was boring before he even finishes saying it. So he starts talking slower, shorter, flatter. He gives one-word answers. Sarah asks how his weekend was, and Jake, who could talk for 10 minutes about his weekend with Mike, says good, yeah, it was good. That's it. Not because he ran out of things to say, because his brain was too busy scoring him to let the words out normal. Here's what this does to a guy over time. You start avoiding talking to girls at all, not because you don't want to, but because your body remembers how bad it feels to freeze. So you back away from the group, you stay quiet at the party, you let your friend talk instead. Every time you avoid it, the fear gets a little bigger and a little more real to you. You start thinking something is actually wrong with you, some broken part that only shows up around girls. But nothing is broken. Your brain is just doing what it always does with anything it's decided. Matters too much, checking every word before it lets you say it. Once you see that, you can stop hunting for better lines and start looking at what's really going on in your head. Picture a different guy, Marcus, at lunch. He's not smooth, no great lines saved up in his head. He tells the girl next to him the food looks bad today. That's it. No joke, no plan, no checking it first. She laughs, and one plain comment turns into 10 minutes of talking about nothing. Marcus is not smarter than you. He is not better looking or more used to girls than you are. He just doesn't stop the words in his head and check them first. He treats this talk the same way he treated the one with his friend an hour ago, like it costs him nothing to speak. That's the whole difference between him and a guy who freezes. It's not a better script sitting in his back pocket. It's not some confidence he was born with that you missed out on. It's letting the sentence out before his brain grabs it and starts fixing it. He says the plain thing and leaves it plain. You already have that same skill. You use it all day with everyone else around you. So what's really stopping you here? The checking, nothing else. Now picture Dylan, a guy who does the opposite. He walks up to a girl named Nina at a party, and before he says one word, his brain is already 3 steps ahead. He thinks about how his voice will sound, whether his joke landed the last time he tried it on someone else, whether Nina's friends are watching him right now. By the time he opens his mouth, he's already rewritten his first sentence 4 times in his head. What comes out is small and stiff, way smaller than what he actually meant to say. Nina says something back, and Dylan is so busy replaying his last line that he barely hears her question. He answers a beat too late, short and flat. To Nina, it looks like Dylan has nothing going on upstairs. To Dylan, it feels like his mind is running full speed, just none of it is making it out of his mouth. That gap between what's happening in his head and what comes out is the whole problem, and it grows every single time he does this. So here's what you actually do about it. Next time you talk to her, let the first normal thought out of your mouth before you touch it. Don't wait to make it smarter or funnier first. If your first thought is, this line is long, say you're bored standing in line. If it's about her shoes, say something plain about her shoes. Boring and normal beats smart and stuck every single time, because boring and normal actually leaves your mouth. Practice this on people who don't matter to you yet. The cashier, a guy in your class, your Uber driver. Say the plain thing to them without planning it first, out loud, right away, and notice nothing bad happens. This trains your mouth to move before your brain can grab the sentence and start grading it. Do this enough times with easy people, and it starts feeling normal with everyone, her included. You're not building better words to use later. You're building the habit of not stopping the words you already have sitting there. Here's the shift you need to hold on to. She is not a judge, and this is not a test you can fail or pass. She's just a person standing there, like Mike is a person, like your teacher is a person you talk to without thinking twice. The second you turn her into a test, your brain starts grading you on every word, and grading kills talking every time. But did she actually raise the stakes? Or did you do that yourself, inside your own head, before she even said a word? Bring it back down to what it really is, a talk between 2 people. Nothing on the line, nothing to win or lose. You already know how to do this part well. You do it every single day with people you're not scared of losing. The only new thing you're learning here is to give her that same easy, open version of you, not some better version you keep trying to build in your head first. Stop hunting for the right words. You already have them. You use them all day without even noticing. The freeze was never about what to say.